I want to sort of end on this concept that I got from, I think, your TED Talk, where you talked about the different ways to improve our communication skills to reduce conflict. And you broke it down into the lizard listening, reframing the negative, which we spent a lot of time on today, the evil logic check, and the elephant cards. But I want to focus in on the evil logic checks. I think that kind of ties into a lot of what we've been talking about today. And I love your phrase of, why would a smart person do such a stupid thing? And I would just want to end today on that idea of, what can people take away from this evil logic check idea and apply in their life?
You talked about people being the hero of their own story and complaining about others. And that is the way we hear about most of what goes wrong at work. Somebody's complaining. And sometimes they're complaining about the work, but more often they are complaining about a person. And so when somebody in a client company or somebody I coach is complaining about a person more than once, I say, is that person evil? Because that's such a ridiculous thing to say, that then they can say, oh, no, they're not evil. They get on my nerves. I hate when I have to talk to them about thus and so, etc. But okay, you're talking about them like they're really bad. Because what is not good for us, we assume is purposeful, meant to hurt us. We blow it up into this ridiculous popover that doesn't really exist. As we said before, the other person's just trying to do their job. They're muddling through. So thinking about, okay, they're not evil. So they're really being stupid. Let's reduce it to third grade level. They're really being stupid, but they're smart. Why would a smart person do a stupid thing? They must have a reason. And that's the critical piece. They must have a reason. It could be that they didn't have time, they were unprepared, they weren't told they were coming to the meeting. It could be that there's a bigger problem that I don't know about that they're actually focusing on. It could be that they don't know how to tell me a hard thing because they haven't done all the compassion practice and, self-calming and whatever that I've just said to do. But they have a real reason. And so if you can think about it first and maybe even extend to them the trust to put it on the table and say to them, you said this thing that didn't make sense to me because it seemed like you were trying to get me to stop doing the thing I need to be doing, and it's making a problem for me. I know you wouldn't have wanted to make a problem for me. So what else is going on that I'm not understanding? And put it on you. What else is there that I'm not understanding? Maybe they'll tell you something useful, or maybe they'll just say, I couldn't get my candy bar out of the vending machine. And I was pissed off when I walked in. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. I'm going to shake it off. We never know. It could be the most trivial thing, or they could have a dying loved one. Asking if you have the strength and the courage and the balance to do that can then help you deal with whatever the reality is.
I love that. Yeah. Just like Taylor Swift, shake it off. Right.
Right.
And one of the things that you mentioned in that story of, the person that came into the common room and didn't give the greeting, that just triggers in me like, well, the other person didn't greet them either. And that's something you called out as well. It's like, we have to, if we're going to expect things from people, we have to do those things as well. It's like, it's kind of like my friends never call me. It's like, do you ever call your friends? That kind of back and forth thing. So I really appreciate you laying all this out for us today, because there's so much in this conflict conversation that we can work on internally, we can work on interpersonally. And I just want to end on this idea of most people are not trying to be malicious. They're just maybe being stupid in that moment. So we'll end there. Liz, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all your wisdom. Where can people find out more about what you're working on?
The best place is my website, www.lizkislik.com, because there, Martin, if they want, there's a free ebook about the interpersonal aspects of conflict and how you can work on that. And I've got 10 years worth of writing there. There's a lot of stuff that I hope is helpful. And of course, also on LinkedIn and Twitter.
Wonderful. And everyone go check out Liz's TED Talk as well. It's very good. So Liz, thank you for joining us.
It's been great to be with you.